Hello students, welcome to the class of biomolecules and metabolism. In today's class, we will discuss on pH, what is pH, power of hydrogen, ionization, what is ionization, why it is so important, hydrophobicity, and uh, whenever we discuss hydrophobic in nature and hydrophilic in nature. So these words today we will discuss in uh, this class. So before starting today's class, let's have a look on what we have discussed in previous class. In previous class, we have discussed on what is organic molecules, what is inorganic molecules, all those molecules which is having carbon atom present comes or called organic molecules. Inorganic molecules, the very famous example what we have discussed in previous class, like water molecule H2O, which is very important. Like our body is made up of 70% of our total body volume is made up of water. Some important ions, chlorine, potassium, sodium. So these comes under inorganic molecules. And organic molecules we have discussed on carbohydrates, introduction on carbohydrates, why carbohydrate is so important, what are the sources of carbohydrates, what are the types of carbohydrates, monosaccharide, disaccharide, polysaccharide, examples of mono, poly and disaccharide, basic concepts on proteins, amino acid, why protein is called building blocks. So these things we have discussed in previous class. Understanding on fats means lipids we have discussed, steroids, phospholipids, cholesterols. We have discussed in our previous classes why fat is so important. And basic concept on nucleic acid we have discussed, DNA, like deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA ribonucleic acid, nitrogenous base, adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. We have discussed all these things in our previous classes. Now let's have a look what we are going to cover in today's class. So in today's class, so we will cover what is pH, power of hydrogen, what is buffer solution. We will cover this topic also. How you are going to maintain acid-base balance. As in our previous classes, we have idea what is acid. Acid means release hydrogen ion, base OH ion. Process of ionization, how ionization occurs. Hydrophobic interactions. In our previous classes, we have some idea on hydrophobic in nature, like fat, structure of fat we have seen. So these are the topics. These are we will cover these topics in today's class. So let's have one small video on this pH, like acid and base, how we can understand that solution is acid or base. So like acid, if we have two, here you can see we have two vessels. So which one is a stronger, acid 1 or acid 2? So as we have discussed, the power of hydrogen means who is having more hydrogen ion means H plus ion. So that will be considered as a more acidic, or like measure the strength of acid or base. If someone is having more hydrogen ion, then it will considered as more acidic in nature, and if another one who is having less hydrogen ion, it will be considered as a lesser acidic in nature. And in base, here you can see OH ion, but in base you can also see here hydrogen ion. Okay, so in base, hydrogen existence or presence of hydrogen ion is also there, but in lesser proportion. So these are the basic difference, and here you can see from this one is chart from 0 to 14. 0 represents acidic in nature, and 14 represents basic in nature, and 7 represents neutral. So if someone is going from 7 to this side, means left side, means acidic nature will be increases. So here more hydrogen, less pH. Okay, so a stronger, a more acidic in nature, you can say. And from 7 to 14, if someone is moving means towards right side, so basic will be nature. Okay, so here again pH is, here you can see hydrogen ion is increasing and pH is, means you can see here decreasing. And same way here, if we move towards right, so power of hydrogen is increasing and hydrogen ions is decreasing. So this will be having a basic property and this one will be having acidic in nature because hydrogen ions are more. Okay, and here the number is less, 7. So 6, 5, 4, 3, so more acidic, and 8, 9, 10, 11 more basic in nature. So lesser number of hydrogen, more number of OH minus ion. So this is a basic concept on pH. Now have a look on acid-base balance. So what is the meaning of pH? So it is the negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. Here pH generally represents, you can say, minus log. Here you can see the charge of hydrogen ion, H plus ion. pH is a unit of measure which describes the degree of acidity or alkalinity basic of a solution. Okay, so it is measured on a scale of 0 to 14, what we have discussed in our previous slide. So if we move like 0 to 14, so 7 is considered as neutral, and if we move left side from 7, means 7 to 0, so the pH will be decreasing and hydrogen ion will be increasing. But if we move towards right side, means from 7 to 14 side, then the pH will be rising, but H plus hydrogen ion, concentration of hydrogen ion will be decreasing. So that is why basic nature will be increasing. So if we move towards left side from 7 to 0, so acidic nature will be increasing, and from 7 to 40 basic nature will be increasing. So low pH values correspond to high concentration of hydrogen ion, and high pH value correspond to low concentration of hydrogen ion. pH values. The pH value of a substance is directly related to the ratio of hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Hydroxyl ion means OH minus ion concentration. If the concentration of hydrogen plus ion is higher than hydroxy, means OH minus, then material is acidic in nature. But if the concentration of OH hydroxyl ion, OH minus, is higher than hydrogen ion plus, the material will be basic in nature. 7 is neutral, what we have discussed in previous slide, and this one represents is acidic. 7, if we're going to add this symbol, so it will be represent acidic in nature, and greater than 7 is basic in nature. Lesser than 7 is acidic, and higher than 7 is basic. Basic means again more value of OH, concentration of OH will be higher, and in acidic concentration of H plus ion will be higher. Now pH scale. The pH scale corresponds to the concentration of hydrogen ion. For example, pure water, H plus ion concentration is 1 into 10 to the power 7. Therefore, the pH would then be 7. So here again, this one is pH scale. Okay. So acidic, this 7 is neutral. If we move this side, so this one will be weak acid. Now, if pH is 5, then 5 will be higher acidic than this one. 4 is more acidic. Third, again more, and the strongest acid. So pH 1, the strongest acid. From 7, if we move this side, then 8, weak base. 9, stronger, strongest. Okay, so if pH value is 40, so strongest base, pH 1 is called the strongest acid. pH value as shown by different color in universal indicator. So acid, any compound which forms hydrogen ion in solution, it is also called proton donor. Example, carbonic acid releases H plus ion, means H2CO3. You can see H plus plus HCO3 minus, so H plus ion. Base, any compound which combines with H plus ions in solution, it is also called proton acceptors. Example, bicarbonate, here H plus, and this one is HCO3 minus, it accepts hydrogen ions. Now, acid-base balance, normal pH is like 7.35 to 7.45. Acidosis, physiological state resulting from abnormally low plasma. Alkalosis, physiological state resulting from abnormally high plasma. Acidemia, if plasma pH, here you can see this symbol 7.35, and alkalemia, plasma pH greater than 7.45. These are the situation. This one is acidemia and this one is called alkalemia. As name suggests, here acid, acidic in nature, and alkali, alkali in nature. So acidic and basic in nature. Measurement of pH. The pH can be measured by pH strips. Uh, there are n numbers of pH indicators available in the market, and of course one is called pH meter. So by using these parameters, we can check what is the pH value. Now some important indicators. Phenolphthalein, pH range 9.3 to 10.5. It shows colorless. Color in acidic pH, it shows colorless, but in basic, it shows pink, pink color. Another indicator, methyl orange, it shows a pH range, it's having 3.1 to 4.6. In color in acidic pH, when solution is acidic, then it shows red color. But if solution is basic, then it shows yellow color. Bromophenol blue, pH range is 3 to 4.6. In acidic solution, it shows yellow color, and in basic solution, it shows blue color. Methyl red, pH range when it's 4.4 to 6.2. So it shows red color in acidic solution and it shows yellow color in basic solution. Phenol red, pH range is 6.8 to 8.4. It shows yellow color in acidic solution and it shows red color in basic solution. Litmus, very commonly found, very easy also, very cheaper also, litmus paper. So pH range when it's 4.5 to 8.3. In acidic solution it shows red color, and in basic solution it shows blue color. So you can remember these indicators. These indicators shows different colors in different solution. When color solution is acidic, then it shows different color, and when solution is basic, then it shows different. Now, pH meter. pH meter is a laboratory equipment which used to measure acidity or alkalinity of a solution. The pH meter measures the concentration of hydrogen ion, H plus ion, using an ion sensitive electrode. It is the most reliable and convenient method for measuring pH. Of course, it's a laboratory equipment, so that is why we can rely on it. It gives accurate result. Now, buffers. What is buffers? Why buffer is so important? What is buffer solution? Let's have a look. A buffer solution is a solution which resists changes in pH when a small amount of acid or base is added. Okay, so when there is it is a solution, that kind of solution where if you are going to add some amount of or a small amount of acid or base, then solution will be almost in the previous condition. So this is the main property of buffer, and there are n numbers of situations where we need buffer solution. Typically, a mixture of weak acid and a salt of its conjugate base or weak base and a salt of its conjugate acid uh, normally requires to prepare buffer solution. So types of buffer, two types of buffer. One will be acidic buffer and another will be basic buffer. Acidic buffer, when solution of a mixture of a weak acid and a salt of this weak acid with a strong base. Here you can see here acidic acid CH3COOH. It is considered as a weak acid plus CH3COONA. It's a salt. Now here basic buffer, solution of a mixture of a weak base and a salt of this weak base with a strong acid, NH4OH. Here it is considered as a weak base plus NH4Cl is considered as a salt. Okay, so this one is weak acid, here weak base, both are salt. How buffer work? Equilibrium between acid and base, what we have discussed. Example, acetate buffer, here weak base, CH3COOH. So it dissociates into CH3COO minus plus H plus ion. If more hydrogen is added to this solution, it simply shifts the equilibrium to the left, absorbing H plus ion. So the H plus remains unchanged. This is the reason. And if hydrogen is removed, hydrogen ion is removed, example by adding OH hydroxyl ion, OH minus ion, then the equilibrium shifts to the right, releasing hydrogen ion to keep the pH, power of hydrogen, constant. So acid-base disorders, some disorders we just need to understand. When metabolic acidosis, so pH you can see here decreasing, hydrogen ion is increasing. Primary disturbance, HCO3 is going to decrease. Secondary response, PCO2 is going to be decreasing. Metabolic alkalosis, here power of hydrogen, pH value is rising and hydrogen ion is decreasing, HCO3 increasing and pressure of this CO2 is increasing. Respiratory acidosis, pH is decreasing. Of course, if pH is decreasing, then it means hydrogen ion is increasing. Then here you can see PCO2 is increasing, HCO3 is increasing in our body. Respiratory alkalosis, pH is increasing means hydrogen ion is decreasing. So PCO2 decreasing, HCO3 is also decreasing. Now process of ionization. Ionization is the process by which an atom or a molecule acquires a negative or positive charge by gaining or losing electrons to form ions, often in conjunction with other chemical changes. Ionization can result from the loss of an electron after collision with subatomic particles, collision with other atoms, molecules and ions, or through the interaction with light. Heterolytic bond cleavage and heterolytic substitution reactions can result in the formation of ion pairs. Ionization can occur through radioactive decay by the internal conversion process, in which an excited nucleus transfers its energy to one of the inner shell electrons, causing it to be ejected. Now, uses of ionization. Everyday examples of gas ionizations are such as within a fluorescent lamp or other electrical discharge lamps. It is also used in radiation detectors such as Geiger-Müller counter or the ionization chamber. The ionization process is widely used in a variety of equipment in fundamental science, example mass spectrometry, and in industry, example radiation therapy. Ionization energy of atoms. The trend in the ionization energy of atoms is often used to demonstrate the periodic behavior of atoms with respect to the atomic number, as summarized by ordering atoms in Mendeleev's table. This is a valuable tool for establishing and understanding the ordering of electrons in atomic orbitals without going into the details of wave functions or the ionization process. Okay, here you can understand this ionization energy. Okay. Now hydrophobic interaction. What is hydrophobic? The hydrophobic effect is the observed tendency of non-polar substances to aggregate in an aqueous solution and exclude water molecule. Here you can see a spherical shape of water. A droplet of water forms a spherical shape, minimizing contact with hydrophobic leaf. This leaf is hydrophobic, so why it's spherical in nature. Hydrophobic interaction describes the relation between water and hydrophobes. Hydrophobes are non-polar molecules and usually have a long chain of carbons that do not interact with water molecule. Okay, do not interact with water molecule. You need to understand. The mixing of fat and water is a good example of this interaction. You must have seen fat and water. Okay, so it's a good example of interaction. The tendency of non-polar molecule in a polar solvent, usually water, to interact with one another is called hydrophobic effect. The interaction between the non-polar molecule are called hydrophobic interaction. Causes of hydrophobic interaction. The non-polar substances like fat molecule tend to clump up together rather than disturbing itself in a water medium because this allows the fat molecule to have minimal contact with water. When a hydrophobe is dropped in an aqueous medium, hydrogen bonds between water molecule will be broken to make a space for the hydrophobe. This is considered an endothermic reaction because when bonds are broken, heat is put into the system. Water molecules that are distorted by the pressure of the hydrophobe will make a new hydrogen bonds and form an ice-like case structure called a clathrate case around the hydrophobe. Strength of hydrophobic interaction, temperature. Strength of hydrophobic interaction increases with in temperature. Number of carbons in hydrophobes. Molecules with greater number of carbon will have the strongest hydrophobic interaction. Shape. Aliphatic organic molecules a stronger interaction than aromatic compound. Branches on a carbon chain will reduce the hydrophobic interaction of the molecule, and linear carbon chain can produce the largest hydrophobic interaction. This is because carbon branches produce a steric hindrance, so it is harder for two hydrophobes to have very close interactions with each other. Now, a summary of the lecture, what we have discussed in today's class. We have discussed what is pH, what is buffer solution, how you are going to maintain acid-base balance, so what is ionization, process of ionization we have discussed, what is hydrophobic interactions, what are the factors that increases or decreases the hydrophobic interactions. In next lecture, we will discuss on emergent properties of biomolecules in water. Now, questions for self-practice. Give examples of how the study of living materials requires and understanding of chemistry. Describe how atomic structure determines how atoms interact. Describe the relationship among matter, atoms, and molecules. Explain how molecular structure formula symbolize the composition of compounds. Describe three types of chemical reactions. Acid, base, buffers. What is acid, base, and buffer? Define pH. So these are the questions for self-practice. Okay. That's it for today's class. Now these are the references. If you want to go into detail, so you can consult these books for having better concepts and ideas.